Now to a couple of plasticine characters who started out as a student project called A Grand Day Out and ended up as Oscar winners. What else is left to do but appear in their own video game?
There in a jiffy.
Wallace, the eccentric inventor and cheese lover, and Gromit, his heroic and intellectual dog, became plasticine heroes for the 90s with their short films The Wrong Trousers and A Close Shave. Both won Oscars for Best Animations.
Oh, free nuts, lad. Better collect them.
So now the time has come to make a video game. Animators are determined to hold on to that award-winning look.
By trouble ahead.
It's very important in all the films that we maintain a kind of handmade plasticine look, and that was one of the first things we talked about, you know, with Frontier and BAM, is to keep that handmade look, and so that it doesn't look like every other computer game, but has a unique look that reflects the films.
Nick Park and Aardman Animations have been closely involved with BAM and Frontier development on the game's production.
I love games anyway, so the last thing we wanted to do was just make a kind of spin-off thing. We wanted to do something that was a great game in itself.
The team have come up with an action-adventure game for Wallace and Gromit, which introduces new characters and brings back a feathery villain from the short films.
Feathers the penguin, after the end of The Wrong Trousers, he was left in the zoo. The idea with this is, a year or so on, he's now Mr. Big in the zoo. Much like, if you think of the film The Italian Job, operating a criminal empire from inside the zoo.
Feathers McGraw.
It's all about rescuing an animal that Wallace and Gromit have adopted, called Archie the polar bear. And that's the scenario for the game, where Wallace and Gromit are essentially rescuing the animals one by one.
Everybody involved on this project was eager to remain loyal to the stop-motion animation effect and physical look of the plasticine characters from the original shorts. This was crucial in bringing the humour and charm of the films to a video game.
Another blinking close shave.
We were very fortunate in that Aardman made available a lot of their animators, as well as made available a lot of Nick Park's time, working both with BAM and with Frontier. And the biggest challenge was really to get the characters right.
The first brief is that you mustn't be able to see a polygon. You know, he had to look like he's still a plasticine Gromit. And that required very high polygon counts, so you just get the smooth, rounded shape of Gromit, and also that you see the nice animation, so he's got a very detailed skeleton.
What's beautiful about what we've managed to achieve on the current generation of consoles is that we can have a real 3D image that looks like it was done in plasticine. So we couldn't have done that on prior generations of video game consoles.
As with the original animations, there is a great emphasis on lighting effects, which contribute to the atmosphere and drama of the Wallace and Gromit world.
I was amazed when I first saw a real Aardman set, is the sheer number of lights that were set up. You know, some spots, some area lights, all with these diffusers on them. Really impressive, and I thought, all right, we've got our work cut out mimicking that.
This look and feel of the game is all geared to capturing the quirkiness and eccentric humour of Wallace and Gromit. Not the easiest of characteristics to transpose to a game format.
Emotion or indeed humour is one of the hardest things to capture.
I wonder who does their windows.
I'm delighted with the game because people that play it do laugh out loud.
All clear on the down line.
I think some of the puzzles you have to solve have humour. Also, there are some pastiche elements in the game that reference fairly major video games in the past. That will also cause a chuckle amongst perhaps more hardcore gamers.
See?
So Nick Park and his team hope the success of his films bodes well for the video game. And with a Wallace and Gromit feature film in development, this odd couple have a busy future.
Nice going, Gromit.